Are you thinking about moving into Lexington, Kentucky? Well, before you start packing boxes or schedule your mover, you're going to want to hear what it's really like to live here in the Lexington, Kentucky area. From the neighborhoods that locals love, to the traffic nightmares, to how far your money stretches, this video is your relocation guide about all things living in Lexington. So stick around to the end, because by the time this video is finished, you're going to know all the ins and outs about what it's like to actually live here in the Lexington, Kentucky area. And wait until you hear what most people get wrong about living in Lexington. That's coming up in just a few minutes. Now let's start with where Lexington actually is. When you are looking at a map, it's right in the center of the bluegrass area in the middle central part of Kentucky. We are about an hour to the east of Louisville. We are about an hour and 10 or 15 minutes south of Cincinnati. So that puts us in a really good spot as far as travel and transportation are concerned. And really the cool part about it is you can be just about anywhere in Lexington in about 20 to 30 minutes, depending on the time of day that you're going. You could be from the west side of town all the way down to the south side of Lexington, just because you can get on New Circle Road and travel and get just about anywhere you need to be in a short distance of time. Lexington is really divided into smaller pockets, kind of like most larger cities. We have our downtown area inside of New Circle Road, and then just outside of New Circle Road, we have all these different neighborhoods, and we're going to go through those so you can kind of figure out what area would make the best place for you to consider if you are relocating to the Lexington, Kentucky area. But the real question is, where should I live? We're going to break that down for you next. If you're relocating to Lexington, choosing the right neighborhood could make or break your experience here. I'm going to tell you a quick little story. I had a client recently moving in from out of state, and they reached out and gave me some basic information. But basically, they were just looking on Zillow to try to find a house that was inexpensive, but looked like it was completely updated. And they were able to find a house like that, but it was a far drive. I mean, really, it was all the way on the other side of town from where they worked and from where they wanted their children to go to school. So some of the most important things you need to figure out before you look at your neighborhood is trying to determine, where is it that you need to be all the time? Are you going to be working downtown? Are you going to be working maybe over on the west side of Lexington? Are you going to be on the north end? Where is it that you're going to be? And then try to determine from there what areas around there are the best areas. Are those the best schools? Is that the best place if you like to golf? So considering the area that you need to be in before you determine which neighborhood really will work for you. So we're going to talk about some of these neighborhoods, give you some inside scoop. Now, the first neighborhood we wanted to discuss, really, and it's not just a neighborhood or subdivision, but it's a general area, is the Hamburg area. We do talk about that quite often in our videos, and if you're looking for something specifically in that area, check out some of my other videos. We have done lots of videos in the Hamburg area. Now, people do love to live down in that area because it is close to I-75. It has lots of shopping, lots of new construction in that part of town. People do love the Hamburg area. It is great for people who are looking to commute into downtown. Maybe they work in that industry, in the shopping and the retail industry. So that is a great area to be in, Hamburg area. Typically the homes in that area are a little more expensive, newer homes, larger homes. There are some condos there, so if you're looking for maybe something newer, reach out to me, give me a call, send me a text. I'd love to help you move into that area if that's something that you're looking for. So Hamburg is one of the areas that we help people research. I'm Lisa Prather with Century 21 Simpson and Associates. We get calls, texts, and emails all the time from people like you looking to make the move here into the Lexington, Frankfort, Georgetown for sales area, and we absolutely love it. So if you're thinking about moving in next month or 3 months from now, be sure to reach out to me, give me a call, send me a text or an email. I'd be happy to help you make the move here into the Lexington area. If this is your first time to the channel, be sure to like and subscribe and tap the bell for notifications so you'll be the first to know about all the market changes here in Lexington. Now, the next area that we're going to look at, we talked about Hamburg, which is down on the southwest side of Lexington. Now we're going to look at Masterson Station area. Now, it is a really large area in the northwest side of Lexington, so really completely diagonal from the Hamburg area. But now, if you're a first-time home buyer, this would be a great area to look at. You can get a lot of house for your money there. People love to live in this area as it's very convenient to being up in Georgia. You could get up to Georgetown in about 18 to 20 minutes. It is very convenient into downtown. Get right on Leestown Road. You can be right into downtown in about 15 minutes. Really, the parks there are beautiful. The big park, Masterson Station Park, has a dog park. They have splash pads. It's a beautiful area there in Masterson Station. So really, to get more house for your money, that would be a great area to live in. Now, the next neighborhood we want to talk about is Chevy Chase and the Ashland Park neighborhood. We've also got videos in our playlist here if you want to check those out, showing you all about living in that area. It is really an exclusive type neighborhood. People love to live there. It's very close to downtown, very close to UK. There is private schools down in that area. People just really love to live there. It is not really historic homes, but the homes there are built in the 1940s, 50s, and even the early 60s. So if you're looking for the charm of an older home, you don't really want to be in downtown, really Chevy Chase would be a great area for you to consider. The homes have lots of character there and, really the mature trees. It's a beautiful area really to live in. So check out some of our videos that we have done down there in the Chevy Chase area. As I said, it is inside New Circle Road and very close to downtown. Now, another area to check out, really that has great schools, close to shopping, very close to the mall, to the Summit, Veterans Park, is the whole Nicholasville Road corridor. There's lots of neighborhoods in that area. People love to live. It's in the south end of Lexington, right there on Nicholasville Road. It has some top-rated schools there as well. Veterans Park Elementary is there. Tates Creek Middle School and High School are also there. It is a close drive into downtown. People who work downtown also like to live there. Really, anywhere in Lexington, if you get on New Circle Road, as we said earlier, you can be all the way around the city in about 30 minutes. So check out the area if down there in that Nicholasville Road area. We've done a couple videos down in that part of Lexington. If you want to click on any of those to be able to do a deeper dive to see if that might be an area that you like. Now, one of the last neighborhoods we are going to talk about today is the Beaumont area. Now, Beaumont is on the west side of Lexington, just off of, actually it's between New Circle Road and Man of War. Now, Beaumont, it's a little more expensive to live in this area. Lots of brick homes here. Not really so many newer homes, but Beaumont is close to medical facilities, really just minutes into downtown. Lots of great shopping and restaurants here, such as Malone's is just in this area. You've got Sedona Tap House. You have J. Render's. It's also just minutes to the airport and to Keeneland. Now, here in Beaumont, you will find really nice condos. The schools here are really top-notch schools according to niche.com. So if being in an area really with more brick homes, higher end homes, this might be the neighborhood that you're looking for. As I was touring here today, I saw here in the neighborhood there is a senior living center. There are several childcare facilities here. There's also Kroger's, like I said, lots of medical facilities here, as well as fitness centers, the YMCA, and a branch of the library is also here. Now, the next segment we want to talk about is really what everybody wants to know is how far will my money stretch here in the Fayette County, Lexington, Kentucky area. Such an important question. Right now in 2025, the median home price here in Lexington is around $330,000 to $340,000. So that's significantly below what the national average is. Now, there are lots of houses well above that median average, but there are also lots of houses that are below that average. So if you're considering moving into Lexington and maybe your budget is around $400,000, you reach out to me, give me a call, send me a text or an email. I'd love to help you find a house in a neighborhood that is suitable for your budget. Now, some people will call and say, Lisa, I'm not real sure where I want to be in Lexington. Maybe I'm going to come into town and rent for a little while before I decide to buy. Now, the rent here in Lexington, a 2-bedroom apartment in a decent area, the rent here is going to be around $1,300 to maybe $1,700 a month for an apartment or maybe a condo. If you're looking for something larger, maybe you're coming in with a family and you need a house here in Lexington, you want a 3 or even a 4-bedroom house, you're going to be looking at a price of around $2,500 to $2,800 depending on where in Lexington you're looking. Now, people always ask me about property taxes. Lisa, what about the taxes here in Fayette County? Taxes anywhere are not cheap, but they are more moderate here in Fayette County. It's roughly 1.26% per $100 of assessed value. So if you own a home that's assessed at $200,000, you can expect your property taxes to be right around $2,500 a year. So about $110 or so a month that would be added to your escrow. Now, when I was researching that, I found that Kentucky for 5 years in a row has dropped the property tax rate because there's a specific index that they look at when assessing the property tax value. So if there's an area of town, maybe you don't want to live in Lexington, you want to look at some property in Versailles, or you're interested in property maybe over in Frankfort, reach out to me, give me a call, send me a text or an email, and I can help you determine, what the property tax value would be over in those areas. Now, it's not all just about the cost and what things cost, but let's talk about what actually makes Lexington a place that you would want to live. Lexington isn't just a place to live. It's really a lifestyle. Lexington is known for their rolling horse farms, their beautiful race horses, the bourbon industry that is born here and people love to come and tour here, and also some of the friendliest people you're really ever going to meet. Lexington is also known for community. And so as we take a look at things today, I want you to be able to get a good look at the community vibes here in the Lexington area. You can spend your weekends hiking Raven Run Nature Sanctuary, catching a race at Keeneland, touring the Bourbon Trail, checking out any of our many horse farm tours that are available here, or just even exploring boutique shops in the downtown area. Families love the strong school system here in Fayette County, and according to niche.com, Fayette County ranked at the 16th best public school system here in Kentucky. They have about 41,000 students here in the public schools district here in Fayette County, and really the school system got an overall rating of an A-. So if you're thinking about a strong school system and you're looking at a public school system, Fayette County might be that one for you. However, there are other alternatives. If you are not considering maybe the public school system, there are other schools here in Fayette County. You've got the Sayre School, the Lexington School, you've got the Lexington Christian Academy, we have Lexington Catholic School. So there are other options if the public school system is not really something that you're interested in. And if you're going to be moving here, you're going to want to know what it is day by day to live here. What's traffic like? What's the weather like? What are the community vibes here in the Lexington area? We're going to cover that next. Now, Lexington does have a relaxed pace, but do we have traffic? Yes. And in almost all the videos that I do, people comment about the traffic. So let's talk about it. If you are on Nicholasville Road, any time of day, Nicholasville Road is crowded. It is packed. Now, Nicholasville Road takes you from Nicholasville all the way into town, past the mall, all the way into downtown. So people traveling that road, That's also the road that leads right past all the hospitals, right past UK's. What about Man of War? Now, people use Man of War to get around town. It is that outer loop that we've talked about, but it has tons of traffic lights. So yes, Man of War, not a good road to be on if you're in a hurry to get from one side of town to the other. If you get on New Circle Road, it can take you all the way around town. I think it's about a 17-mile inner circle loop around Lexington. And if you get on New Circle Road, depending on what time of day, you can be all the way around town in about probably 20 minutes. You could be, well, now part of New Circle Road does have some lights, so other than that, you could be just about anywhere. Really, anywhere in Lexington, you could travel from one side of town to the other in about 30 minutes. So because we are a small city, we don't really have the traffic that you might find in some of the larger cities, like maybe Knoxville or Nashville or Cincinnati or even Louisville. Commuting here is fairly simple. You can be anywhere in town in about 25 to 35 minutes, depending on the traffic here and the time of day. So sometimes people choose to live maybe up in Georgetown and commute down into Lexington, or maybe they live in Frankfort and commute to Lexington, or they live in Lexington for the lifestyle and they commute and work in these other towns. So you could be anywhere in these other areas and into downtown Lexington in about 30 to 40 minutes in the morning. Might take you a little bit longer to get down here in the morning, but commuting is pretty simple in comparison to other larger cities. Now, we are near downtown Lexington here at Gatton Park. I'm not sure if you can see it. One of the newer parks here in Lexington. Lots of kids here today. It's later in the afternoon. Kids are home from school. It's a beautiful, absolutely beautiful fall day here in Kentucky. So let's talk about the weather. We do experience all 4 seasons here in Kentucky. So if you're looking for a place, no snow, this is not your place. We do get snow, not a lot of snow every year. Last year, we got a lot of snow. We got a lot of ice. It was a terrible winter. It was a terrible spring. We got a lot of rain. We got a lot of flooding. So yes, Kentucky does experience all 4 seasons. Our summer is hot, but not hot like you might find in Georgia or Alabama or definitely down in Florida. We do have humidity here. Because we do experience all 4 seasons, each one is just right. Let's start with spring. I love spring. Springtime, probably from about mid-March until about mid-May. Beautiful weather here in Kentucky. Now, if you have allergies, probably not going to be the best time of year for you. But we have so many blooming trees, blooming flowers. The weather is perfect. Awesome time to be outdoors, hiking, biking, running, spending time in parks like this with the kids. A great time of year to be outdoors. Then we get into summer. So from mid-May until about the 1st of September, we do have hot weather and very humid weather. So most of the time the temperatures you're going to experience in the mid-80s with lots of humidity. But we do have temperatures that rise all the way into the upper 90s. And when you add humidity into that, look at that beautiful view down there. Part of the Elkhorn Creek here at this Gatton Park. Just wanted to show that to you. So back to our weather. Summertime, it's hot. People that live in the Northwest, they have no idea what humidity is. You will learn about humidity when you move into Kentucky. The next season people love is fall here. And it's fall right now here in Lexington. I want to turn and show you. Trees are just starting to turn here in downtown Lexington. Fall here is, it really starts about middle part of September. The weather starts to change. By the middle of October, the leaves start to change here, and it is beautiful in central Kentucky. Fall weather here, we have a rainy season some years. Not this year. It's been very dry. Since we had a wet spring, we've had a very dry summer and fall. Fall weather here, as you can tell, I have on just a vest. It's in about it's about the upper 50s. It's going to be around 60 degrees today. Perfect weather. You can see that kids are out here playing. You can hear them playing. Fall weather here, beautiful. But again, if you have allergies, not going to be your best time of year. And that takes us into winter. Now, if you are from the Northeast or anywhere up north, very mild winters compared to that. But we do experience winter. As I said, we have snow. Usually when we get snow, we'll get between, a dusting of snow up to couple inches of snow is pretty typical here. Now, if we get a large snowfall of 5 or 6 inches, that's when the whole place is shut down. Kids don't go to school here when we get an inch or more of snow. Last year we got, like I said, so much ice. Schools were closed for a long period of time. So that might be something that you consider if you move here. We do experience all 4 seasons, but they are milder than some other areas. So if you are relocating to Lexington, here's the truth. Lexington is big enough to have everything you need, but small enough to really feel like a community that you can be involved in. Whether you're drawn here for work or school or retirement, or really you're just looking for a change of environment from wherever it is that you live, Lexington really offers something for just about anyone. So reach out to me, give me a call, send me a text or an email. I'd love to help you make the move here into Lexington. I help buyers every week who are relocating from all over the country, coming in to Lexington for work or play or retirement, or like I said, just a change of environment. And we want to help you be able to find that best neighborhood that suits what you need. Not every neighborhood is it might work for some, but it's not going to work for all. So reach out to me and let me know what it is you're looking for. Lisa, I'm ready to retire. I really want a community where I can be active and do things, but I don't want a big yard to take care of. These are the things that you need to let our team know about. We can help you figure out which neighborhood would be the best one for you. And don't forget, if you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe. Tap the bell so you can be notified of all the videos that we make every week. We do try to make a new video, and leave us a comment and let me know, hey Lisa, I've been researching, looking on Zillow or Realtor.com or all these different places, and I really like to know more about this neighborhood or that neighborhood. Send me a text or an email. I'd be happy to help you find whatever it is that you feel like would suit your lifestyle. And until next time, I hope to see you around town.